the cold below.
Hey guys, it's Smoketown here, and I just thought we'd look at the latest lore about the latest Warframe, Sevagoth, and essentially the lore of the Tempestarii, the ship that we meet in the new story. In the Call of the Tempestarii, we meet the shadow-wreathed Warframe known as Sevagoth, who is the helmsman of the Old War era rescue ship known as the Tempestarii. As we, the player, track a Corpus expedition into Void Storms, the Tempestarii materialises like a ghost ship, and this is in fact the target of this Corpus expedition, which is under the command of Vala Glarios. Curious as to how this mysterious Railjack has survived out here, and what his history with Vala is, Cephalon sends us out to infiltrate a Corpus capital ship in order to learn more about this situation. From their archive, Sai tells us the following. This vessel is called the Tempestarii, Void Rescue Craft, missing since the Old War. It's got an exemplary service record, rescue record 2017 souls. Cited for bravery in the second and third Thorsus engagement, multiple commendations, a legend. Lost during a void storm of unprecedented magnitude. Interesting. Final mission contains a black mark, refusal to withdraw. Logs record final transmissions, calling into the void before being engulfed. She has been calling ever since. The Tempestarii went down saving lives. So it turns out the Tempestarii was a highly decorated rescue vessel during the Old War, whose last action was to refuse to abandon its mission during a violent void storm that destroyed and engulfed the whole ship, and it vanished forever. The name of the ship is appropriate, as it now appears to travel on the tempests of void storms, bringing them with it as it goes throughout space. In essence, the Tempestarii is now a ghost ship that appears through void storms, repeating old Orokin call signs from the Old War era, and attacking those who don't respond in an appropriate manner, as we see when Cephalon initially responds incorrectly to its call sign. This is how it gained the animosity of Corpus Captain Vala Glarios. While she was working on an installation called the Lucretia platform, the ghost ship arrived, and with its void storms, it destroyed all of the platform and killed all of her crew, her sisters, leaving her the only one alive as she imagined the frozen faces of her friends around her singing with her. Ever since then, she's been hunting down the ship in an act of vengeance for her lost sisters, and to a degree this is understandable. However, as we later learn, there's just a bit of confusion in regards to the Tempestarii and what remains of its crew. Cephalon manages to gain the trust of the ghost ship by responding correctly to the Orokin call sign, and we are given permission to board as it lowers its defences. Sevagoth appears to actually have been the helmsman of this ship, and was actually lost during the violent void storm. Only his void shadow remains piloting the ship. Not really alive, but an aspect of Sevagoth, given life by the void, a shadowy helmsman. Since then, the ship has been stuck in a loop on its final mission, travelling through the void to try and rescue Sevagoth's body, which is its last rescue mission, entrusted to the shadow by Sevagoth. Just as we understand the point of this mission, Vala ambushes the now dormant ship and kind of traps it in a tractor beam, preparing to dismantle it as a type of vengeance, but the Tenno once again sabotages Vala's ship and takes control of the defences of this ship and banishes Vala to the Granum realm using some kind of void weaponry that is now on the Tempestarii. We then complete the Tempestarii's final mission to try and put the ship and Sevagoth to rest, by plunging into the void and retrieving the pod that contains Sevagoth's body. Its shadow and the body reunite, and we give them a naval burial by throwing the pod back out into the void, where hopefully Sevagoth and the shadow can gain a measure of peace after his incredible tenure as a rescue captain. What's clear to me then is that Sevagoth that we get to build is a creation of the void incident, the void accident that he was involved in. The shadow that is piloting the ship and now that we get to use as his number 4 ability was created by the situation that happened to the Warframe when it was engulfed in the void storm, and probably wasn't part of the original design of the Warframe. The very nature of Sevagoth is now essentially a void spectre, a void wraith, constructed by his time in the void, and it is that aspect of Sevagoth, it is that version of Sevagoth that we get to reconstruct in our foundry, and probably is quite far from the original version that used to pilot the Old War ship before it was caught in the void storm. So thanks guys, that's my take on Sevagoth, the new Warframe, the spectre that pilots the Tempestarii. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing, as I will be doing more Warframe content as I have done in the past. If you want to check out some of my other lore videos that I've done for Warframe, please do. But until next time guys, take care.